In case you don't know, Elizabeth Holmes was the former owner of a blood company that was convicted of defrauding investors a few years ago. It was all over the global news for a few years. The media has since more or less moved on from her, but the saga of this, in my view, does continue. In a lot of ways, not surprisingly enough. I'm not that surprised by this. In fact, I basically predicted it to a lot of my friends and family. That's what this video is going to be about. Now she's in prison for almost 10 more years. I think her sentence was a little bit over 10 years, so it looks like she's probably going to serve all of it or almost all of it. And guess what type of company her partner Billy Evans is starting? Another blood company. What a shocker. It's basically Theranos number 2. Can't believe he raised $20 million for this highly questionable entity. It's unbelievable in some ways, but very believable in other ways when you look at the American economy in the last maybe 30 years. It goes back to the views of the famous economist John Kenneth Galbraith, in my opinion. If America is lucky, according to him, economic memory would be at least 20 years. In other words, people would remember not to do this type of thing. But the real world does not work like this. So then at that point, the next group of people come along who think it's their God-given right to be billionaires because they exist. It's a total mess. If you want a really great book on the Great Depression, read The Great Crash, published in the late 90s by him. A lot of what caused the Great Depression was lack of regulation by banks and investment companies and trusts, which led up to the Great Depression and directly helped cause it. Another big part of the problem was a lot of the immoral mentalities from the roaring 1920s, which in my view also led to the Depression. Our economy is still not regulated enough in a lot of areas. And this is a great example of this. In order for the free market to work, you still have to have fair regulation and laws. That's another subject for another day, but you can see where I'm going with this. Don't fall for it. I guess the moral of the story is here, don't blindly believe rich people who walk around wearing turtlenecks that think they know everything. Once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your consideration. Please remember Memorial Day on Monday. It matters to remember. Thank you for your comments. It's free to subscribe.